Blasphemous.
I'm gonna ride you till you can't stand up.
Come on, let's go down.
All right, keep your shirt on.
Loveline is meant for an adult audience. Loveline may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised. Here's Loveline with Dr. Drew and Adam Carolla.
All right, quick correction. Dr. Drew is in Vegas. We have Dr. Bruce tonight, who's feeling a little under the weather. So far...
Oh, doctor. Cure yourself.
So far, it's always funny when a doctor gets sick.
It's not funny at all. It's not funny when anybody gets sick.
No, it's a little funny when a doctor gets sick.
It's funnier when a doctor's in Vegas.
That is
strange.
All right, that is Simon LeBon and Warren Cucurullo, both from Duran Duran. And, here's the thing. Well, you know Drew.
Yes.
You both have met Drew.
Yeah.
And Drew loves Vegas, and Drew's wife loves Vegas, and everyone but his nanny loves Vegas.
Oh, I see.
But Drew has the triplets. He has the 4-year-old triplets. Right. And he claims he goes to Vegas at the urging of the triplets. Because he's so uptight, he doesn't want to admit that he can just go have a good time. He likes to gamble, he likes to lie by the pool, he likes to smoke a cigar, and he likes to have a cocktail. But he won't admit it to either himself, to me, or anybody in his family. So when I say, why Vegas, he goes... the triplets.
They just love staying up all night.
Yeah, I'm like, Drew, they're
breathing oxygen-enriched air. That's in the hotel.
what are they doing? Playing Keno and picking up hookers? They're 4. Drew, you could put tinsel up in the living room. They would think it was a casino. Please.
Because when he was 4, wasn't he?
Yes, Warren is in prime form tonight. I've never seen one chest hair on Warren. He keeps himself very nicely groomed, and he comes in here like you might. What do you do? Work out like 3 times a day?
I work out once a day with a guy named Philip Goglia from Performance Fitness out in Venice, and he kicks my ass.
Philip, you earn money.
But see, Warren's smart. Warren's like, if I'm going to bust my ass, I'm not wearing a shirt. Yeah. I mean, if I'm going to look that damn good, I'm never putting a shirt on.
Actually, you should have seen the shirt I was wearing today. It was like a Matador shirt, so I did have a shirt on. But it was open to the navel.
But last time I saw you were just sporting the big full-length duster like you're sporting tonight.
Yeah, well, it's chilly. You know, this is 10 o'clock at night here.
And you're here to talk about the Saint soundtrack, and the Saint is due to premiere this Friday. That'd be the 4th.
That's right, yeah.
And you guys are all over it.
It's quieter than everybody else's.
That's only in your head, that
Is it
way.
really?
Yeah. You know what? Turn up your headphones a little bit there.
That means you get louder. Oh, God.
That could be a problem.
We have good people working next door. Don't worry.
Whisper.
You guys did the James Bond soundtrack some years back. Yeah. And that's the one that's jumping into my head. But what other soundtracks have you been involved with?
We had a song called Do You Believe in Shame on Lethal Weapon 2, I think
we had a song in With Honors, the Joe Pesci
film.
Right,
saw it. Where it was like Joe Pesci with Down syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah, sort of thing.
It wasn't a bad movie, but I couldn't get past Joe's character choice. I think he went a little AWOL on that one. All right. Let's not knock Joe. He's a great actor. Is soundtrack something you like to do more of or get into?
I think it's a nice way of getting through to people who wouldn't necessarily get into our music. You know, we're always looking in ways of getting into people's consciousness, and getting on a film soundtrack is a really good way of doing it.
Right, and that way they're sort of forced.
Yeah.
That's the way to approach
the interesting
your art.
thing with this one is the director had a choice of about 5 songs that we had from our album that's coming out in August.
Mm-hmm.
He loved this one because it just somehow lyrically and musically completely summed up what he was trying to get across in the film.
Have you guys seen the movie?
No, we haven't.
No, we don't need to. You see, we had the song completely written and recorded before we even knew about the film The Saint. So
right,
we decided we'd save up the experience to share with everybody else at the premiere, which is tomorrow. The day after tomorrow.
Right. So you recorded this song to release on an upcoming on the August album.
Yep.
And it's still going to be on there.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. He just got hold of it and decided it'd be good for the movie.
Yeah.
All right. So we will definitely hear that. And Warren is Bruce has a boner over here because Bruce loves guitars.
I thought something's happening to the table.
And Warren is a guitar player extraordinaire from played with Zappa and Missing Persons. And I'm sure Bruce is going to drag out that Traveler guitar at some point and get Warren to do something on it. Is that what's going through your mind?
No, I thought it was
locked in the closet.
All right.
I think Ann used it for fire.
What is a traveler guitar?
All right, now we're going to have to dig it out. Warren, if you get a wild hair, even if it's just during
it's
the
great because
commercial.
Warren can play a little tune on the traveler guitar on the air.
And
Yeah.
Warren's from Brooklyn, right?
Mm-hmm.
See, only good things come out of Brooklyn.
Yeah. Like
me.
like the rims on those glasses you're wearing? All right, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191, fax number 310-854-4455. John Taylor, out of the band.
Yeah.
Nice guy.
Really nice guy. Lovely guy.
Really nice guy.
Yeah, excellent guy.
And you guys parted on good terms?
It seemed that way on the telephone. He hasn't returned my calls even this week, but he might be off busy working something.
He relocated a few years ago to L.A.
Right.
And we all live in London, and it just got very difficult.
Oh, I didn't know you lived in London too, Warren.
Yeah, he
since
does,
'89.
yeah.
You got to be the tannest, baldest, most muscular man in London.
I'm one.
You
of
haven't
them,
met my mum.
definitely.
They consider you black in London, don't they?
We have some good summers in London, man. You know, if you got a garden, you're going to be all right.
Yeah.
You get some color. You
All
just
right.
jump on, go south of France in a minute, you're all right.
All right, let's take some calls, and we'll hear something off the soundtrack and talk about the upcoming album and all that stuff coming up. Jenny,
Hi.
you're 16.
Hi.
And by the way, I know there's, 20, 30 people out in the parking lot waiting for you guys to show up, which
But we're here already.
would not fill a stadium, but we never get anybody. I mean, it is just sparse. I don't care. Tony Bennett comes in here, and there's a hobo sleeping on the side of the building.
If I knew Tony Bennett was coming, I'd be in the car park outside.
You know what it
I'll
is?
tell
We just take longer than anybody to put out records.
Yeah.
So it's
Yes.
like, oh, they're finally here.
Yeah, but they could forget about you in that time, too, so
Yeah,
give yourself some credit. Jenny,
Yeah.
hey.
Okay, well, I'm having a problem here because, I got raped by a guy that goes to my school, and I told the police, and I'm going to prosecute him and blah, 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 stuff like that. Okay. And, I told my boyfriend I got raped, right? And all he had to say was, it's over, I can't be with you. And he told me the reason why was because, he can't deal with it, or, something like that. But, he told me that in 3 months or whenever he gets over it, we'll get back together. And, I don't know if I should do that for myself. I mean, I love him, with all my heart. But, you can't leave your girlfriend after she gets raped because, that's, the only time that I need him.
How old's your boyfriend?
He's 16, too.
How long ago did this happen?
2 months ago?
And what was the situation? Was this some guy you knew?
Yeah.
Was he underage?
Yeah.
And was it like a date rape thing, or
No.
what happened?
Okay, well, he was picking me up to go to take me to my friend's house, and he took me to his house instead, and it was like he planned the whole thing. And then, yeah.
Well, that's criminal.
Yeah, I know.
And you're bringing criminal charges against it.
Yeah.
All right, your boyfriend's job is to get drunk and kick this guy's ass. Number one, so he's missing his calling because that's what boyfriends are for. Number two, here's what's going on in your boyfriend's head. He's 16, his head is swimming, and he's not being manly about it, and chivalry is definitely dead, but at least he's being honest. He's saying, I'm 16, I don't know my ass from a hole in the ground, and I'm freaking out.
Where are your parents in all of this?
Well, they understand. They're just mad that it happened to me and stuff like that, because my sister got raped too, and it's just hard to deal with,
And
Well, you sound pretty adjusted, I have to say. Your boyfriend definitely needs some counseling, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't know if I should, hold on to this relationship. Because we were together for, almost a year and stuff. And I know he loves me and I love him and everything, but, that's just not right.
I don't think it's a question of whether you should hold on or not. Just see whether you do hold on or not.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, what you feel is what's going to guide you and him as well to it'll just find its own level.
What was the relationship like before this happened? Were things going great?
It was good and everything. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, at 16, he doesn't have a lot of maturity to build on to deal with something like this, so you're going to have to give him space. And 16-year-old males are not as mature as 16-year-old females. So that's another aspect.
36-year-old males are not as mature as 16-year-old females. That's the unfortunate part, Jenny.
Are you going to a counselor yourself after this? Okay. Have you talked to her about this issue?
Yeah.
What's her advice?
Well, she just thinks that I should just, like, move on and stuff like that, but it's, like, really hard because we were together for a long time and we had a really good relationship.
Would he go to the counselor with you?
What?
Would he go to the counselor with you?
He wanted to go with me, but we haven't come around to that.
Well, you should sit him down and tell him how you really feel and what this has done to you, and make him understand that, and then take him to the counselor.
But, I mean, it has hurt him as well. I mean, it's you know, obviously not to the extent that it's hurt you, but it's really affected him. I mean, you know, it's a very, it's you know, he's kind of a victim as well.
As a friend alone, he should do that.
I know, but I asked him to tell me how he feels, and he said he just can't tell me. But I mean, I think it's really important that I know how he feels.
Right. It's just he's having difficulty coping, and he's not stepping up to the plate. And you wish he'd handle it differently. But frankly, I'm not surprised.
No, me neither.
And none of us here are surprised. And it's 16. Although I'd like to take a lot of fault with the guy, and it is sort of his fault the way he's acting. I understand it. I don't condone it, but I sort of understand what he's doing. And at least he's being honest. And you don't really have a choice. I mean, if he wants to break up, then you have to break up. And 3 months down the road, you'll be together. You'll have met someone else, and it'll all be behind you. And no one, you never get back together with those people you say you're going to get back together with in 6 months.
Yeah, you're right.
Never happens.
Never works.
There's nothing. There's no trial separation.
I wonder if he knew.
It's like engagements, isn't it?
Right.
I wonder if he knew the guy. Because that could be, if you think back to when we were that age.
Yeah, that sort of sweetens the pot. Hey, Jenny, did he know the guy?
Yeah.
Oh, he did?
Was this guy...
Still goes to our school.
Right, and does he...
out of that school.
So he was obviously... Is this guy that did this to you, is he, like, kind of notoriously kind of, you know, devious?
Yeah.
He's like a tough guy?
Yeah.
No, he's on the honor roll, and he plays the oboe in the school band, Warren.
I mean,
of course he's devious.
I'm not.
You know
He's
what
a
I mean,
rapist.
though.
I know.
Yeah, well, that...
No, but your poor boyfriend, I mean, he's been humiliated as well, you know.
Uh-huh.
Right.
It's
Yeah,
difficult.
the other day I was walking and I saw him go up to his apartment with some other girl.
Oh,
Well,
your boyfriend?
No, the guy.
Well, aren't you prosecuting this guy?
You have to. You
Yeah,
have
I
to.
totally am, yeah. But the police, I called the police and stuff like that, but they just haven't gone around to it yet.
All right, here's... we have to wrap it up, but here's my final statement. You're much healthier than you would ever imagine just by virtue of the fact that you're trying to prosecute this guy.
Yeah.
So many people call up and they're so screwed up, and their emotions are so scrambled that they don't even know that there was an injustice done to them. And the fact that you're outraged and that you're bringing this guy to justice is a real good sign in terms of your character and your mental state. All right, so you're on the right track, Jenny. This 16-year-old relationship, they never make it past 17 and a half anyway, so maybe this is just the breaking point.
Okay.
He's showing you his true colors, and it's good. Now you know. Now you know what the guy's made of. And he's not the kind of guy you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Yeah.
So get your counseling, let justice prevail, and you'll find the right guy.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
Meanwhile, we'll wish testicular cancer on all other male parties in your life.
Okay.
Besides your grandfather.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it's tough. I mean, I'd really like to come down on the guy, but it's like,
Right,
I
he's a
understand
child.
he's freaked out. He's 16, he doesn't know what to do.
And the school bully was responsible for
Right.
his grief.
Anna, 15.
Hi.
All right, and you know what? I want to make this statement. This 16-year-old or 18-year-old or 17-year-old or whoever it is that raped Jenny needs to be brought to justice, not only for all the other potential victims that are going to cross his path. He needs to be brought to justice at age 16 or 17 for his life, too.
Absolutely. Put him straight.
He needs to be straightened out now so that he can get some counseling, so that he can sit somewhere and think about it a little bit, and hopefully by the time he's 18, he can go on and make some kind of life for himself, rather than killing some guy in a liquor store robbery at 19 and spending the rest of his life in jail. Anna, 15.
Hi.
Hi, Anna.
Hi.
First of all, Duran Duran, you put out an album called Thank You or something like that.
Yeah, we
you
did.
did a remake to Crystal Ship by the Doors, and I thought you guys did a great job.
Oh,
That's
thank
first
you.
off.
We
Great
love
job.
the song.
Yeah.
And I'm so
Is that
disappointed that Drew's not here.
before?
Exactly. Yeah.
A great song.
Get the Traveller guitar, we'll do it.
Oh,
Just,
At least you guys didn't botch it all up. That was great. But I'm disappointed Drew isn't here. I totally forgot about that because I had a question for him, but I guess...
Oh, it's all right. You can ask Bruce, can't you?
Bruce is...
It was a gambling question.
Hey, what's the line on the... No, listen, Bruce is Drew. What are your credentials? Please, Bruce.
Internal medicine, addiction medicine.
You're a little
the
more than
same.
that. You are Drew with bad hair, right?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, Drew does have nice hair.
Yeah, he really does.
How does she know? Oh, from the TV show.
Yes.
I don't think I was supposed to say anything about that.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll stop.
What's your question?
It's really, it's like kind of a question, comment, mixture kind of thing, but I just want to know how, what is like the line to draw as far as like obsession or like a crush thing kind of goes? Like, how much is, too far or whatever, because I don't know what's
It
unhealthy.
hasn't even been a sentence yet.
I know what she means. I know what she means.
It's hard. I'm so nervous. I'm never
Who are you into? Who's the guy you're obsessing over?
You, Adam.
Oh, please.
I swear to God, my mom thinks I'm crazy.
Why?
Because I tape the show when I can't stay awake, and I listen to it when I'm watching TV or whatever, and she's like, who is that guy? I'm like, well, that's Adam. And she's like, well, God, he seems like such an idiot. I'm like, no.
Did you hear what he just said?
Yes.
Did you hear how he just spoke to Jenny?
I was
He's
so
not an
eloquent.
idiot.
Thank you, Warren.
No, I mean, because sometimes, she doesn't like your little,
Vagina jokes?
Love and stuff like that, because she's kind of conservative.
All right, where's your mom? Let me talk to her.
Oh, no.
Come on.
No,
I will convince her to let me have your hand in marriage.
Yeah, trust me, she's asleep, and she told me, she's like, don't be calling, because I've been telling her I'm going to call her. She told me not to. I don't want to.
Don't threaten your mother by calling me that way, Anna.
Sorry.
All right,
I hear your voice on the telephone.
This is very refreshing, by the way. We have the Duran Duran team in here, and Anna was calling, and I was completely ready for her to say that she'd been obsessing on Simon or Warren or Nick or John or somebody since she was a zygote. But as it turns out, boys,
it's you.
Yes.
I've got to say, he's not a bad-looking chap, actually. He's got a brain in his head.
Sense of humor goes a long way.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just,
I think that's all right,
actually.
that's
I think you're a bit too close to kind of talk about this one, Adam. So maybe I should take over.
Yeah, but there's nobody in the parking lot waiting for him.
Your question, Anna.
They are, but they have a gun and a 40 ouncer.
Your question, Anna, was where do you draw the line? I mean, what do you feel it's getting a little bit out of hand?
I don't know. It's like I don't know. I've seen some of my friends, go crazy over people. And it seems really immature, but it's like get these little dreams.
It's really good fun, though, isn't it?
Ever since I saw the TV show. Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think it's unrealistic to?
It just looks so good.
All right. I don't want to embarrass you, but speaking of out of hand, you've never diddled yourself to me, have you, Anna?
Maybe.
Oh, my God. That is the greatest thrill.
No.
After a lifetime of diddling myself to images of others, TV, people I work with.
She puts it on slow-mo.
Oh, that is...
I don't know about the slow-mo part. I'll have to try that, though.
Do you get the same bit of the video and keep rewinding it to that bit and then playing it back?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, I do tape it, too. I tape both of them, actually, and... Because, I have to get my sleep, too, but...
Right. All right, here's.
I think she's diddling now.
Here's the deal.
I'm walking around my house so nervous on the radio.
All right, seriously, Anna, please. I'm not all that.
Oh, yeah, you are.
Yes, no, I'm a man like every other man. A little taller, a little better looking, a little smarter, a little richer, drive a nicer car, but I'm a man like every other man.
Men are cool.
All right, Anna. Here's the deal. Here's my take on the whole obsession stuff. It's a nice distraction. It's fun, and everybody needs a healthy outlet for this. But when it gets to the point where you're stalking, or you're dropping out of school, or you're sitting home,
writing letters all day to somebody you're never going to speak to or sleep with.
Oh no, see, I really don't think I do all that. I've seen people who have.
Right.
And I look at them like, oh, geez, and I don't want to get.
Well,
like
this
that.
doesn't sound like an obsession, and this sounds just more like a nice little healthy fantasy to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a better word for it. I'm just sitting here thinking of a word to.
All right.
Obsession does seem like strong for it.
What city do you live in?
Excuse me?
What city do you live in?
I don't live in a city.
What state?
What state?
Washington, D.C.
What country? Oh, in D.C.?
I'm close to D.C.
All right.
I'm like a little...
All right. Well, I was going to tell you to come down here and hang out some night because you'd be over it in a second if you saw me in person. But that's a long drive.
Very long drive.
All right, Anna.
Yeah.
I would say get knee deep into the obsession. Cut your hair like mine.
You have cute hair.
Wear the same cologne I don't wear.
Yeah, do you have stubble?
Excuse me?
Do you have stubble? Facial hair?
Oh, no.
He does.
I don't think so.
All right, Anna.
Yeah.
You're 15.
Yeah.
You'll move on to one of the boys from Baywatch, or
one of the girls from the Spice Girls.
One of the Spice Girls, or perhaps that Lorenzo Lamas guy.
Oh, Lord.
Him again.
All right, don't laugh. You guys got the same chest, Warren. Come on. All right, he's walking around with no chest now. Do you guys lend that? Does the chest go back and forth? How does that work?
No, this thing is just there. It's genetics.
All right, Anna.
Yeah.
I appreciate the compliment. You're
Well,
fine.
welcome,
And
because, I don't know, you just seem to have, like, the best views on everything.
all right,
I love your little stand on abortion and that kind of thing, and I think we need more people like you.
President.
Thank you.
President, man.
What is your...
We need more people like Anna. And listen, just so your mom doesn't go totally insane, tell her you've switched your emphasis to Dr. Drew.
No.
Please tell her.
Yeah.
For me, Anna.
Dr. Drew.
Please, for your God, Adam. Please.
Go on, say it
All
now.
right.
Say it now.
All right, we're going to running late for break. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go to break. We'll play the new Duran Duran song off the Saint soundtrack as soon as we get back. All right, Duran Duran, Simon Le Bon, Warren Cucurullo, and they got a song on the Saint soundtrack. Simon, you don't have to hustle in. We'll just play the song now, and we can talk about wine a little more. All right, the song is called "Out of My Mind," and it's off the Saint soundtrack, and it goes like this. Out of My Mind. That is off of the Saint soundtrack, and Duran Duran sounding as good as they ever did.
Thank you, Adam.
Hey, you guys,
I'm starting to fancy him a little bit, actually.
I'll tell you, there's room for all of you. Here's what I want to say about Duran Duran. You guys, well, not you, Warren, but Simon. Well, because how long have you been in the band?
10 years.
Oh,
yeah.
All right, you guys,
yeah.
sorry. For some reason,
he ain't the new boy no more.
I thought it was just a couple of years, but anyway, that's good though. It's a good sign. You blended right in and worked wonderfully. You were dovetailed right into the thing. That doesn't mean anything. Here's what I'm saying: same sound. You know what I mean? Like a lot of bands, they start off sounding this way, and then it's like everyone goes, well, I really like the old, whatever, fill in the blank, but U2 or Van Halen. But now this new stuff sucks because they sound different.
You know what happens is bands they get embarrassed about their earlier sound. They listen to it and they start to get self-conscious and think, no, I want to sound like Smashing Pumpkins. And they try to be like somebody else, and it never works.
And they also
singers
bring
often
in,
try and change their voices the way they sing. It's such a mistake. It really is.
A lot of bands bring in elements from other like they bring in people who work with other groups that they like.
Right.
To try and do the same thing for them. And it doesn't work.
Right.
But it's funny enough you say that. It can work for some people. I mean, having said that, I mean, it really, really, really did work for us. When Andy and Roger came out, when we left the group, when we brought in Nile Rodgers, and he played a lot of guitar on that album, and he produced it, and he brought in a lot of his kind of funk sensibilities.
And it's not something that we'd go back to.
But I know, I agree. But the thing is, I think there's something, because it was an absolute necessity that happened. We approached it from a different perspective. We weren't really kind of avaricious of somebody else's talent and the way they performed.
I'm just going to let you Costo stop here.
Yeah, all right. Time for a little drink.
We were talking, actually, Dr. Bruce brought up Simon's near-death boating experience, which is a real cool story that I remember was a long time ago, and it's just one of those, didn't that happen to one of those guys in Duran Duran, but I didn't remember the story. But why don't you tell the story, because it's cool.
Okay, well, I was taking part in the 1985 Fastnet race, which is a yacht race from Southampton right out to the Fastnet Rock, which is, I think it's about 100 miles south of the Ireland. Little rock sticking there right in the middle of the Atlantic, and it's 300 miles there and 300 miles back. And we were sailing along the first day, and I'd gone below deck with a load of other guys, and was sleeping. There's 26 fellas on board, because as you have a big crew in a day race, or that kind of race. And I'm lying there, and this huge bang happens, and the boat heeled over, and the weird thing about it was it went the same way that it was already heeling. It carried on going further around that way, and you just knew that something was wrong, because usually if there's something goes wrong, the boat will turn head to the wind and it'll stand right up, right? But this one kept on going, and it went flat. And then me and the guy who was sleeping underneath me fell out of our bunks, and then we fell on the floor, and then we fell on the ceiling. And he landed on top of me, and a huge big sailbag landed on top of us, and we realised that the boat had actually gone completely upside down. And they call it turning turtle.
Because the keel had snapped off.
Well, that's what had happened, yeah. That's what actually happened.
So it's like the Poseidon adventure.
Well, it was, yeah. I mean, we made our way to the hatch, and there was about 10 guys standing around the hatch, all these guys who were off watch.
All right,
some of them
Ernest
just jumped straight in.
Okay, all right, I'm sorry. No, go ahead, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Where's the wine?
It's good enough. There was 10 guys standing around this hatch, and which usually pointed to the sky, but was actually pointing straight down the water. And a bunch of guys just dived in, which I thought was crazy, because you could just see all this rope just curling down in the water. On deck, when you're racing, you have hundreds and hundreds of lines there. And my brother went, I was so upset that my brother went. I was grabbing hold of him, and he just looked at me with these wild eyes and just went. And I thought, I'm not going, I'm staying here.
Let me, I don't want to interrupt, but I'm going to. You're looking, the boat is completely turned over.
Yeah.
You're looking at a hatch that's normally above you, and you're looking down, and it's just water.
It's refracting the light that's come from the sky back up. It's this kind of beautiful aquamarine colour, but it's also the colour of death.
Right.
It really is. A good job that 5 of us had actually stayed in the boat and didn't swim out, because when the boat went over, it took on quite a lot of water, probably about half a ton of water, and it was rocking back and forth, and this wave would travel all the way down the boat. And there's a guy at the very back of the boat who'd been sleeping above these very heavy sails, and he was trapped in his bunk, and he was actually drowning upside down in his bunk. And we started to hear him screaming for his life.
Wow.
And an absolutely incredible thing I've never heard before, very frightening. And we just ran right back there. And we hauled off these enormous sails. And it's really true what they say about when you're in an emergency situation, you have the strength of maybe 5 people. Because there's one sail that took 10 men to carry on the boat, and it took 5 of us to throw it off, and we threw it off.
Right.
And we could hear him, and these little bunks were made out of webbing with lacing between them, and we just literally ripped this thing open and pulled this guy out.
And how did you ultimately get out of there?
Well, we all gathered back at the hatchway. It was really funny. There's one guy called Mickey Olsen, this Swedish guy, and everybody was really kind of like that. And this igloo just kind of floated past. He says, "Well, I don't know about you guys, but I'm going to have a Coke." He reached down and picked himself up a can of Coke and popped it. And it was the first time that anybody kind of laughed and smiled, and you really calmed down then. In this situation, you don't panic. You really don't panic, because panic is a negative thing, and it's an anti-survival thing. If you panic, you die. It's amazing how clear your head goes and how all your thoughts become. The one aim is to survive this thing and to just do everything right. And we weren't going to go outside. We started communicating with the guys who'd actually climbed up on top of the upturned hull of the boat. And it was windy up there, and we knew if we got up we were going to get wet, and it might be hours before we were rescued.
Right. And
so we stayed inside the boat.
But you didn't have a fear that it would sink?
Well, it was an air bubble. I mean, we knew there must be some kind of leaks. For a start, the toilet would be letting air out.
Right.
So the water level would be gradually rising, but there's no real worry about it or running out of oxygen. Not in a boat that size. And we knew we could stay there for probably a day at least. But it wasn't that long. We heard a helicopter come. Somebody had seen us from the coast, and about 5 minutes after we heard a helicopter, a Navy diver popped his head up through the hatch, and he actually, it's funny because there were these batteries dripping battery acid onto diesel, and the whole place had filled with really pungent smoke. We hadn't really noticed it. The guy took off his mask and said, "Jesus, what have you guys been smoking in here?" And he said, "What I'm going to do is I'm going to clear away through the ropes." It was like a jungle. It really was like a jungle. Clear
You mean underwater?
Underwater, because all the
Right.
ropes just gone down in coils, like ringlets underneath the boat. He said, "I'd clear away there so you don't get snagged, and you just go down, you swim out, and then when you pass the boat, you just swim up to the surface, and you'll be okay." And he gave me this yellow plastic breathing box. He said, "There's some air in this, you can breathe it." And he hadn't been thinking really about what was going on. Obviously, I took it. I dived. He said, "Who's going to go first?" And I kind of said, "Oh, I'll go first." I took this box. I went down. Of course, dive down. What happens? You're carrying a box of air. You go straight back up again. And I remember going back up like this, upside down. And I just saw about 4 pairs of hands just come and grab this box and rip it out of my mouth. And I'm there with no air, underwater. Like my lungs are kind of. I was starting to feel the adrenaline.
Diesel.
On me. I started crawling on my hands and knees, upside down underneath the hull. I crawled until I got to the lifelines. Now the lifeline is the wire and the stanchions that stop you falling off the boat when it's
Right.
the right way up. It's
That's
also
like the
thing,
railing.
It's exactly. It's also the kind of thing that if it's upside down, you have to go underneath it.
Right.
Climb underneath it and then get up again. So I did that. I went down. Can you imagine Tarzan swimming underwater? You try and hold his breath as long as you can. Well, try and hold your breath as long as I tell this story. I get down to the bottom. I go around the stanchion, iron around. I start to swim up, and I'm coming up. I can see the surface is coming towards me, about 2 or 3 feet sort of short of the surface. I stop. What had happened was I was wearing these long johns, these thermal underwears over my knickers, and they got caught on the stanchion, and they actually sort of like made a knot around my ankles and pulled them together, and they just held me there underwater. And that was the most incredible thing. That was when I saw the people I love, my father, my mother, my brothers, my family, my girlfriend, all those people. I saw them, and they were all saying to me, "You've got to live, man. You've got to live. You really have got to live." The urge to breathe was incredible. Because I was coming up to the surface, and your body kind of times it, and it's going to breathe. And
It's like when you got to go to the bathroom and you're getting near your house.
Yeah.
You start the movement.
And
right.
Exactly.
And if you can't get the key in the door, you're screwed.
Exactly.
Sorry.
But I knew. I just went down. I actually cleared my ankles, and I left the long johns hanging off the side of the boat, and then came up with a big smile on my face, and that was really the story.
Wow, that was a great story.
Yeah.
That wasn't the one I was talking about, though. No. That was awesome. I had no idea. I was just some sort of vague. And thank God Dr. Bruce is here instead of Dr. Drew, who would have no idea about any of this. Just say, make a noise when I do that. Thank you. All right, we got to go to break.
Okay.
Cool. So that was better than taking a bunch of calls from some screwed up teenagers, wasn't it?
For me, it's an experience, and I like to kind of talk about it sometimes.
Well, hopefully it could help some teenagers out there, that story.
Right. Yeah, maritime.
Don't waste your money on boats.
Maritime disaster. So it's a great learning tool for the youth of America. All right. We'll come back with Simon and Warren and Bruce and me and you all after this.
Hi, this is Tony Bennett, and you're listening to Loveline with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew.
Phone number for Loveline, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Simon Laban and Warren Cucurullo here from Duran Duran. Later in the show, I'll talk about the time I got carbon monoxide poisoning when I fell asleep in the back of a Winnebago while on a long camping trip with my mom's stoner boyfriend, Zorback. That was my own brush with death, by the way. All right, got the phone numbers, got the fax numbers. The new Duran Duran CD or album or whatever's coming out in August. And until then, they're on the Saint soundtrack. Now, that same song will be on their CD as well.
It's called Medazzaland, our album.
Oh, wait, let me write that down.
MED.
MEDAZZ.
What's that mean?
I'll tell you that story as well in a minute.
Medazadland?
Medazzaland.
Medazzaland.
All right, well, I'll call it the Big M.
The Big M. It's coming out in August.
What's that mean?
Oh, it was... Well, I didn't talk to Warren for a bit, and I'll tell you that story after the next break.
All right. Because you got scurvy from the last
I did. Give me
Talk about my brush with herpes.
Give me some line. Give me some lime.
Warren got an ingrown hair while shaving his chest one afternoon.
Wow,
He's going to talk about that in the 11 o'clock hour.
You want to see
Oh, no, I don't want to see his woolly again.
Look at this.
That's no ingrown. Oh, my
was
God.
ingrown
That's
hair.
herpes. That's no ingrown hair. Do you have pubic hair, by the way?
Yeah.
What'd you do, get a fire?
Way down there.
Please. Hey, listen, I didn't see the full penis there, but let me tell you, if the base is any indication, he's got a can of corn down there, ladies. Wow. And let me tell you, Warren is one of those guys.
Speaking of the bass.
You know, I have to tell you this. I have to just jump in there.
playing the bass
I have
on
to
the
just
new
jump
album.
in here. We did an interview together in Sweden, and the girl walked in,
that's right.
and she said, hi. I said, hi, I'm Simon LeBron, and he said, I'm Warren Carolla, and she just burst into laughter, giggles. I was like, what's so funny? She said, well, it's what it is in Swedish. You see, Carolla means Mr. Dick.
Serious. My father loved that.
His dad's got an even bigger one.
Well, your dad, when your dad's original name was Scheinberg before he came to the country, but he had a Swedish buddy, and he wised up real fast. Iris, 20.
Good evening.
Good evening, guys.
Hey.
Good evening, Iris.
First of all, I'd like to say, Adam, you're awesome. You have, like, the large front tooth thing that I have.
Right.
Can you smile, please?
You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you mean.
Bucktooth Brillo head is what I was known for in high school.
It's more like you just have large front teeth, and it makes your smile beautiful.
All right. Well, thank you.
And you have the same, you said.
I had a question for Dr. Bruce this evening. Wasn't intended for, but I had a real problem this morning. Last night, like, you know how they've come out with you can leave your tampons in for 8 hours, and that's safe while you're sleeping, which I prefer because it makes a huge less mess. Well, what happened this morning was I forgot that I put one in last night, and I put another one in today.
Mm-hmm. So you're now a tampon dispenser.
Excuse me?
All right. You put a quarter in your ass and a tampon comes out.
Got two today. And I realized that I had two in, and I'm just very concerned about toxic shock syndrome.
Okay, that's not anything to worry about in that situation. Toxic shock syndrome, was something.
I had two of them in for like 6 hours.
Well, can I ask you a question here? Am I allowed to?
Sure.
I know you're talking to doctor. When you realised, did you take them out?
No, I just left them in there to make salad. Of course I took them out.
Hey, don't pop off to the big-time celebrity guest.
I'm sorry.
First of all, he's very vulnerable
I was a big Duran
about
in the early 80s.
Right. He's very vulnerable right now because we just made him relive that near-death experience he had.
Star of the show. I was afraid I had a near-death experience today.
No,
All right.
No, you have nothing to worry about in that situation.
Really?
No.
How do you get it out?
Well, I have another question.
How did you get it out?
I pulled it out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so,
was
I mean,
eating a
it's-
So why doesn't the doctor?
pineapple
Why doesn't the
and-
doctor tell you what actually causes toxic shock?
Yes, go ahead.
It's a bacterial toxin that gets into the system and causes.
Well, I'm clean as a whistle.
Right, causes shock. So that's, in a situation like that, you have no risk of toxic shock syndrome.
Great.
whatsoever.
I have another question.
Right, you got a mini pad stuck in your ass, and what?
My question is, this week is daylight savings times, right?
I don't know.
Yes, it is this
Yes,
weekend.
it is.
This weekend.
I was curious about the bars because we're losing an hour, correct?
Yeah. You know you're an alcoholic when you're factoring in the last
I'm
call
curious because
into
there's
the.
a good disco night here in Baltimore, and I was wondering if I was going to, get cut an hour short.
Or get an extra hour. Woohoo!
Right. And if you put the tampon in that night, would it be 7 hours or 9 hours that it was in? Please, Iris. Iris, bring a flask into the goddamn bar, please. Oh, for Christ's sake. Raven, 16. Raven?
Hello, Raven. Come in, Raven.
Maybe Raven's sleeping.
I wonder why.
What name is that?
Marianthe?
Marianthe.
That's like something out of L.A. Story.
Marianthe.
Thanks.
Hey, what's happening?
Hi, Adam.
Hey.
Duran Duran, just want to tell you, big-time fan.
Oh, thank you.
I was wondering when the next time you guys would be near Washington.
Well, it depends how near is near. I mean, we're nearer Washington now than we were about 2 weeks ago, which was in London. I reckon we've come over to East Coast in about 6 weeks.
Wait, I think you're talking Washington State?
No, Washington, D.C.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
what I thought
we'll be near there.
Yeah, we'll be going to New York, definitely, in about 6 weeks' time.
So will you be doing a United States tour?
Well, I'm not going to play live shows, no, because we need to go back in the studio and write some more songs and get them recorded, because we're on a creative roll at the moment.
But after August, when the new album comes out, will you then go out and...
We'll be promoting a lot, but we're not going to be doing...
That's kind of cool, though, when you get to the point with the band's success where you can just go on... just go on Oprah or something and say that the album's out.
I wish it was I wish it was about getting to a point where you could just do that. For us, it's absolutely crucial that we do finish a new album, because we delivered this one very late, and we're actually behind on our own schedule. And there's all kinds of.
You mean it's like a contractual?
There's all kinds of contractual things that are involved, and also, we want to. We've got a creative thing going now. It'd be a shame to waste it and just go out and play the same songs for.
We live in the studio,
Right.
So we're just going to get back. We've written 6 new songs since December, and they're on the Medazzaland.
Yeah.
So we want to keep that going and get the next.
I have something, the same sort of contractual obligation. If I don't tell a fart joke like every 6 minutes,
I'll go to that.
I get docked, and sometimes I'll go 15 without one, and then I'll have to pack like 3 or 4 fart jokes into just a 2 or 3 minute
tampon dispenser.
Yeah, that was
great.
Close. Mary A. Anthony.
Can I tell a joke? It's a really sexist joke.
No, that's fine.
Why do women fake orgasms?
I don't know why.
Because they think we care.
Oh.
Ooh, those phones lines are lighting up now.
Oh, thank God he was saying...
Warren, how can you say that?
You were rescued from Davy Jones' locker to tell jokes like that. Do you have any other questions?
Yeah, actually I did.
All right, go ahead.
By the way, long-time listener, first-time caller.
Great. I got into radio, so someone would say that. I appreciate that.
My question involves the fact that whenever I'm in relationships, for instance, like once I'm comfortable and like happy, then the guy repulses me like after that. And I don't know whether it's like a deep-rooted like psychological problem. I mean, I've talked to my friends about it, and they suggested, like, not in the rude way, but just the fact that I like enjoy like the challenge, and because I'm so used to like, not to sound conceited, but just I'm used to like guys always like making the move first. So when a guy doesn't give me attention, then I like need the challenge, and then once I got him, it's like not a challenge anymore.
Right. It's real prevalent amongst 18-year-olds, men especially, but certainly women suffer from this illness too. It's basically, I think, it's just you're scared to be intimate. You don't want to get, you don't want to give yourself away. You don't want to get hurt.
But I get like literally like repulsed. Like I don't want to talk to them or look at them or.
All right, this is interesting. Have you had anything fishy happen in your past?
Oh no, not that I know of.
And we can't gamble on you.
You can like if you want to.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to come up with like any rape stories or anything.
Nothing like that.
No.
Your dad's around?
No.
Where's Dad?
Left.
What happened?
Got divorced with my mom when I was 12.
And he left you.
Not me, but...
Yeah.
Well, he did.
He left you, too. And, all right, here's what's going on. You were abandoned by your dad.
All right.
I'm telling you.
It's not funny.
It isn't.
Well, you're making it more serious than it really is.
No, but I'm telling you what's going on a psychological level.
Okay.
Your dad skipped out on you when you were 12, and this was your male figure. You bonded with him. He took off, and he broke your heart. Now you're scared that any guy you bond with may potentially take off and break your heart again and make you relive that tremendous pain that you felt when your dad broke your heart. And this is why you're getting repulsed. It's a defense mechanism. You're trying to save yourself. We got to go to commercial. But this is what's going on, I guarantee it. So just think about it. Doesn't mean you're going to be able to do anything about it for a little while, but just think about it and work on it and understand where it's coming from.
Yeah, good luck, babes.
All right?
Bye, Duran Duran.
See ya.
Bye.
Goes right from the tampon jokes to the very heady psychological stuff. I'm very rangy tonight. I have to because Dr. Bruce is just a lump of sack of coffee over there.
Yeah, you've been trained well, you know. You've got this
All right,
adolescent
don't try to form a sentence. I think your temperature's going to go up.
Play the bloody commercial.
All right.
Rent the video, or you get the video. It's there. It's like,
right.
damn,
He's
check this
absolutely right.
All right.
I want a book list, by the way. I want people who've read brilliant books to call them in.
We got to go to a 10-second station identification, and when we come back, Simon and Warren especially will tell us more of about the virtues of gay porn. After this, in 10 seconds.
Death by Ernest Becker.
Yeah.
That book. Did you read that?
No. I read The Phantom Toll Booth in the 5th grade.
Oh, I read that.
And ever since then, it's just been nothing but form.
You must read.
All right, Simon Laban and Warren Cucurella are here, both from Duran Duran, and the Saint soundtrack is their latest project.
Look at that lineup, huh?
Yeah.
Some great stuff on
It's
there.
fantastic.
Yeah, Orbital and Moby and Luscious Jackson and the Chemical Brothers and Underworld Duran
And
Duran.
Daft Punk.
And Daft
Do you like
Punk.
Daft Punk?
I don't know who they are.
Well, put it on. Play it.
You want to hear
Play
the
it.
Daft
Put
Punk
Daft
song?
Punk on. It's
great
cool.
track.
It's really
David
great.
Bowie.
Go on, put Daft Punk on.
All right. All right. All right.
Now.
Hey, Ann, can you put on the Daft Punk
Put it
thing?
on in the background. That might be nice. We could talk
Yeah,
about
we can
gay
talk about
porn
listen
with
to
it.
a bit. Listen to it a bit. And,
Oh, you need this CD?
yeah.
All right.
Don't you sit
Simon,
there.
go give him the CD.
You sit there. I'll bring you a cup of tea. Get your slippers. Put your pipe on.
Speaking of gay porn, I think Simon's just taking a turn for the worst.
Oh.
What number is that? I don't know. Look at the jacket. They took
Yeah,
the whole.
I'll
They
tell
took
you.
the whole
No,
thing.
it's here. It's here. It's here.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, Daft Punk is actually track number. Where's it gone? Oh yes,
Right after us.
Daft Punk. So it's right after us. We're number 8, so it must be number 9. Number 9.
That sounds
That's
like
it.
it.
Yeah, that's it.
yeah.
That's it. That is it. It's a good song. Listen for a bit.
All right, we'll listen for a bit. All right, that's enough of this.
Just
No.
play it in the background, just keep it going because
All right,
there's
play
a
in the
really, really
background.
good bit that comes up in a minute. When it comes up, I'll just say, right, everybody, listen to this bit, okay?
I saw a sneak preview of The Saint, and I know this song is during the scene where Val Kilmer walks in a music store,
Yeah.
and this is playing, and he goes, "Hey, turn that crap down."
Are you
That sucks.
kidding?
Yeah,
Alright.
it's a really controversial scene.
Well, I don't care because it's brilliant.
It's brilliant.
Absolutely brilliant. They are so
Guy,
clever, these
oh,
guys.
yeah, he's spilling coffee on a Casio. That's amazing talent. That's amazing. Or maybe it was
I
a
have
beer.
to say, it works a lot better with the video.
It's pretty good. in the
It
night
really
club.
is.
No, it's a nice vibe, but I mean,
All right,
you
but
have to
it's-
see it with the video with the guy with the dog's head. I mean, that does it for me.
I don't care what you do to a dog. This is not going to sound right.
Oh, come on, wait. Listen. Here it comes, here it comes. This is the good bit. This is the great bit. All right, bring it up. Come on,
All right,
bring it up.
bring it up.
Level.
I mean, you know they've invented drugs just for this kind of music to make it sound good.
Right.
You really think that, don't you? Yeah, I don't. You see, I really like this kind of music.
Really?
I like this track. I love.
All right, I'm hip now.
Right. It's so rude.
Yeah, but is this screwing music for you, Simon? Or, I mean, would you listen to this in your car?
I definitely would screw.
Screw.
I don't
All right.
screw.
Hump,
That means
sorry.
spinning around, doesn't it?
I mean, make love.
Oh no, I hate that.
Knock
I was thinking
about
about
or
a nice,
something.
slow, dirty. Actually,
Hey, Engineer Mike, there goes the F word again. Huh? All right, you both have one.
Okay.
All right.
That's all we get.
That's enough.
Yeah, but I thought we were off the air.
That's
when I
good.
did mine.
Exactly. So did I.
All right. All right. Let's just make it sort of the bad theme to Loveline.
Okay.
And just bring it down a little and be like, it's really it's really a notch up from a porn soundtrack. This stuff.
You know,
really
it's
pretty interesting.
It's much better than that. But anyway, just.
I think that's a perfect kind of comment.
Are you producing the band, Simon?
No.
All right.
No,
then let's
we
just
do
let
it
it
all
die.
between us. You know, we do a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
But
we got to play. I
think that is a
before
very
the show.
interesting observation.
It's funny. I know what you mean.
It's a very interesting.
I mean, not that I've watched a lot of porno movies in my time.
Well, I have, and it does sound a lot like that.
Yeah, it does.
I tell you,
really
I know.
does.
Well, here's the thing about porn.
Well, maybe that's what they
There
were
might be
going
something
for.
in that.
They were going for that, maybe. But you got to play the sneaker pimps.
Porn, you have to do original music, and there's not a big budget, so it's usually on a synthesizer, a Casio, something like that, because you can't get a big 40-piece orchestra into a score.
And
porn
nobody
movie.
really cares what it sounds like.
Yeah,
do
you
they?
know, but Daft Punk,
not even up
you
most of the
can't
time.
make that on a Casio.
No.
I'm sorry.
No, it takes
it
two
might
Casios.
sound like that.
Casio with a modification,
Yeah.
a souped-up one.
All right,
You guys.
All right.
Hey, I know it works
All
with the
right,
video.
no.
It didn't work
6
for me
months'
hearing it in
time,
the
you're going to
headphones.
be going, God, I remember that first
Oh,
time.
it's
Daft Punk record.
pure
That was just
genius.
absolutely amazing.
Raven, 16.
Hi.
Hi.
We got you back, Raven.
Hi. I was
Hello.
going to say hi to Engineer Mike and Ann because I think they're totally cool too.
Oh, yes.
Yes, we have to
Oh,
get them.
your voice has just been turned up.
Huh?
Nothing.
I got it. Raven,
Yeah?
what's your question?
Okay. My best friend was going out with this guy for a little over 7 months, and they decided to break up because they just couldn't make it work and they were arguing too much. That's what they said. But now she still, goes to his house, and they mess around a lot. And I think it's really dumb for her to be doing this, and I don't want her to get hurt. And it's I try to tell her, but she just doesn't listen to me. And this, kind of involves me, too, because whenever something's the matter with her, she always comes to me about it, and it's always about him. And I really think that she just needs to move on, but I just don't know how to tell her so she'll listen.
Yeah, you'll learn later in life not to get involved with that crap. When you're young, you think you can straighten everyone out and all the relationships and all that. When you get older, you just nod your head. Oh no, she's a catch. Oh yeah,
Yeah, it sounds
beautiful
like to me
woman.
like she's having a great time, actually.
Well, when she comes to me with these problems about him, what am I supposed to tell her?
Yeah, but all you can do is tell her the way you feel,
Yeah.
and that's about it.
She just tells me, well, you don't understand, you don't know what it's like. And it's true, I don't.
All right, then
Well,
you
you
got-
should roll around with him for the afternoon.
Okay.
Raven, we're moving on.
Okay.
There's no answer to
Bye.
this question. Remember, just don't screw your friendship up with her over this guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right?
Thank you.
All right. You know, the worst is when you never speak your mind about your friend, whether it be a girlfriend or boyfriend, husband or wife or partner, whatever it is, because it always come back to haunt you. Like, when there's a couple and they've been together for a couple of years, and then one day your buddy comes to you and he goes, I'm in horrible pain. Debbie just dumped me. And you say to this guy, that's all right. Let me tell you about this Debbie.
I know.
Big ass as wide as Nebraska. Horrible breath. These are things I've been dying to tell you for the 2.5 years you want to have. You just go off on her for about an hour and a half, and then you see the guy a week later, and he says, "We're back together." And now we're we're having a party. We'd like you to come by. Now you're screwed.
I know.
Have you done that, Simon?
Yes, I have. I've done it. But I've done it.
Right.
I have my mouth. I don't know. I don't have those filters between my mind and my mouth. I have filters, but they've got really big holes in them. So these things come flying straight through from my head into my mouth before I've even thought about what they are.
Right. You're uninhibited, and you speak your mind.
Yes.
And but as you get older, you realize that your friends get hooked up with people. Maybe they don't think you made the greatest decision in a woman or a man. Maybe you don't think they made the greatest decision in a woman or a
Don't
man.
look at me when you say "or a man."
I did look
you looked at me.
That was great. Yeah,
Give me a break.
I know. Yeah,
Right, we're only taking calls from people who can give me another title to add to my book list.
I'm
by the
only
way.
worried, Warren, because you're just a little too much, man, and that makes me suspicious. There's some sort of compensation going on here. Pat, 15.
Yeah.
Hello, Pat. Book, please. Book for my book list.
What? Do you have a book?
A book for my book list. It's a prerequisite of calling in on Loveline.
Listen to his question first, and then...
okay, all right.
For a book.
Yeah, all right, you're right. I'm just so selfish.
Okay. Go ahead, Pat.
I heard that when you masturbate with your left hand and you're right-handed, it, like, makes the results different, like, produces more. Is that true?
Right. That's cheating, really, in my book.
No, that's...
I always masturbated with my left hand because it made me think that it's like a Swedish bird doing it to me.
Yeah, it always feels like somebody else is doing it.
Yeah, so you
Until
probably
you
do
get
come
used
much
to
more.
it.
Yeah, I would agree with that, actually. Yeah, absolutely right.
But did you ever try that? I haven't done this in a
But wait, Adam, you're
years.
left-handed.
I am
noticed.
left-handed,
So
yes.
which hand do you use?
Left hand.
All right, so, okay.
I keep the right hand for the magazine.
I can see it. It's so smooth.
It's silky.
What did you find, Pat? Did you...
No, I just heard this. I was just...
You tried it
You
yet?
haven't tried it?
No, I haven't.
Well,
Really?
It's like an
call us
urban-
back in 5 minutes.
It's like an urban legend type thing.
Call us back in 5 minutes. Let me know.
All right, Pat?
Yeah, there's no medical...
Yeah, and when you call back, have a book
batting
for me,
zero
please.
tonight with me.
Have you ever done this? I have not done this in a long time, but have you ever done that thing where you masturbate and you close your eyes and you pretend it's someone else's hand that's doing the job on you?
No, I just put on, like, nail polish.
Oh, you
look
do?
at it. If you paint your nails and you look at yourself while you're masturbating, it definitely brings it into another space.
Really, if you do like that letterbox thing. I've done it. Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? It's like, wow, who's that?
Right. Hey, cool jacket. Oh, hey, wait a minute. Oh, all right. Yes. No, I've done that thing where I've done that hand where, like, okay, this is not your hand. I'm just lying here in the bed with my eyes closed. Oh, what's this? Oh, the hand. Oh, look at that. And then all of a sudden, I scratch my nuts. And I go, wait a minute. How did the hand know?
Do you ever have autofellatio dreams?
No.
Autofellatio, is that when you suck in your own knob?
Yeah,
Yes.
exactly.
No,
I
never
was,
had that
I was
dream.
just trying to be,
No.
radio right.
Is there
No,
a book
no.
you guys can recommend, for me?
I can, yes. Master and Margarita by Mikhail Bulgakov. Would you write it down on your pad, please? I can give you lots of books.
Who's up? Marcos, 26. Have you read Nobody Here Gets Out Alive?
Oh, of course I have.
All right. Well, I just see you're into the Doors,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
thought,
yeah.
all right. Sorry. I didn't mean to offend you.
No, I'm not offended, but I'm just disappointed because I thought you were going to give me a great title.
All right, I'll give you something better. I'll think of something. Marcos.
Hey.
Hey,
Adam. Wow. Okay, cool.
Hello.
Hey, Simon.
Hi.
Oh, Warren.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. I just want to say I am a big fan from the small valley of Fresno here.
Oh,
Hey,
Fresno. Great.
I have every CD you guys have.
Oh, good.
And, man, you guys are the best.
Cool.
I can't believe I'm talking to you guys.
Well, you don't have any love problems, do you?
No, yeah, I got one.
What is
Okay,
it?
come on, let's get on with
I
it.
just got just a quick question here. My wife and I, we've been married for less than a year now, and we've just found out that she's pregnant.
Congratulations.
She's about 3 months going on now, and I just want to know if it's okay to still make love.
Yes. I know this from Drew. You're allowed to do it.
Now, Drew was pregnant for how long? What were you pregnant for, Drew?
Drew
Well,
was...
it's not Drew, it's Bruce. Sorry. Mixed up there.
Bruce,
Drew,
you're barely showing.
Bruce, how long were you pregnant for?
No, Drew has told me that you can make love to a woman like well into the 9th month.
I think it's also you can make love. Sorry, I think you can make love well until she says it's hurting.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Or it's uncomfortable.
Sometimes...
Yeah, I was just a little worried about that. I just wasn't sure and stuff, and want everything to be all right and stuff.
Now, Drew has said many a time emphatically, which makes me think he must have got some while his wife was pregnant with the triplets, that you can do it into the 9th month.
Wow.
He said all the way up to the end. If she's having a C-section, you can actually be in her.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying, Marcos?
Yeah, if there's any problem with premature labor, there are certain situations where your obstetrician might recommend pelvic rest, so to speak. But in general, there's no
Have you
problem.
heard this? I don't know if it's a rumor or if it's true, but that actually for a woman who wants to bring on labor, that having sex will actually bring on later.
Absolutely.
That's true. Is that something to do with the motion, or is it some kind of chemical or something in the sperm?
I don't know.
I think it's the kid going, I'm being stabbed with a penis, I'd like to get out.
I mean, I tried to convince my job. Oh, I won't carry on with this train of thought, actually.
Well, you got 3 kids, right?
I have, haven't I?
Three
From 3 girls, I hit the jackpot.
What did you say they were? 2, like 4 and 7 or something?
A little girl called Amber Rose, she's 7 years old. Saffron is 5 years old. And Tallulah is 2.
Wow. And they're all sort of spaced nicely. Oh, I'm sure.
It wasn't planned. It really wasn't planned.
Right.
It wasn't planned, but they just kind of did that.
And
they popped out right on rhythm.
They came out after every long holiday we had.
Rosalind, 18.
Exactly what are you trying to say? Hello, Rosalind.
Hi, I'm in shock right now because I'm talking to Duran Duran, but I have the person on the air who talked to me before said that John Taylor has left the band, right?
That's right.
Yeah, he has.
And I want to know how's the band affecting, how is the band reacting to this?
I think we're going to pull through it, actually.
Okay, and the second question is, when are you guys going to tour the Bay Area, like Northern California, anytime soon?
I'm sure we'll be up in San Francisco doing some promotion within the next few months.
Okay, and third question, your album is soon to be released out when?
It's coming out in August, called Medazzaland, and the single will be out in June, called Electric Barbarella.
Okay.
You're going to love it.
Huh?
I can tell you are going to love it.
I'm shaking.
I know.
So do you watch?
It's very exciting for us to listen to you shaking, I have to say.
I'm really nervous. I don't know. Oh my God.
Do you have a boyfriend?
I'm talking to a couple people.
You're talking to a couple of people?
Yeah, I'm how you have
You're interviewing them?
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I have a lot of respect for you.
You're interviewing boyfriends?
Yeah.
And do they have to bring a resume?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Well, you must be some kind of woman, Rosalind.
Well, I guess I don't know. It's up to them.
Well, no, it's up to you, babes.
All right,
it's really up to you.
Yes.
You're queen of all you survey, Rosalind.
Oh yes.
And look for them when they come to the Bay Area for a little promotion. All right.
We'll bring our resumes.
Really.
Okay, so you...
do come and see us. Do come and knock on our door.
Oh, okay, so when you see a light-skinned black female, about 5'7", 5'6"?
Well, I'm always right behind them.
Oh, yes.
And I'm right in front.
All right.
Sandwich.
Yeah, Warren's a big fan of the brown sugar.
Oh, good.
Oh, yes.
Oh, good.
Mostly because they have vaginas, and he's a big fan of that. Oh, Simon is as well.
And me.
You like the mulatto look? The exotic?
Well, I married one.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, she's half Persian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good mix. Half is good of everything. Too much.
You know what?
It's a little over the top with a lot of races.
I had a big argument about this. I was about racial purity.
I like half man, half woman. That always works.
Mixing genders, fine.
No, but really, I mean, the healthy way for the human race to develop is to mix it all up.
Hey, you look. Let's just take the animal kingdom for a second. You take a dog that has been bred and never leaves its breed.
The dog is absolutely bonkers.
Dogs are nuts. They're weak. Their bones are brittle. They need like a hip replacement after 2 years. But you take these mutts.
Yeah.
These mutts where, they got gang raped by 100 dogs and they don't even know who the father is.
Around for years on 3 legs.
That's right. The hobos dragging them from behind.
It's a Lady and the Tramp, isn't it? Absolutely.
Right. So there is something to that. And all these sort of white supremacists or separatists or whatever that are always claiming racial purity, you're going to destroy the planet.
Absolutely.
Plus, it's really the ugliest people. The best looking people are like the Eurasians, mulattoes. When you mix it up just a little bit, because everyone's got a good trait or two.
And nature seems to have a way of finding the best bits of the mixture it's given.
Well, yeah, but when you're both like models and stuff, how bad could it go? Really?
I'm not a model.
Yeah, I know, but you're practically. You probably could have done something. You're good looking.
Come on, next caller.
Okay. No, we're going to commercial.
Oh.
All right, we'll be back with more Duran Duran.
More book lists.
I don't go in for these backdoor shenanigans.
Number 310-854-4455. Simon Laban and Warren Cucurullo are
I'm just
here.
Popping for a wee. Can I just slip out quietly and go?
Yeah, you just had a whole commercial to pee.
I know, but you were talking, telling me, giving me book lists and things, man. Look, if anybody calls in with a book list, please write it down on my list.
All right, go pee.
There's a book on there for me. Somebody's got. Why is that?
I have a book, Controlling Your Bladder by Dr. Adam Carolla. All right, if he's not back in 10 minutes, go after him, Bruce.
All
right. Let's get back to the call. So what's up with that pen? Is that it? All right, yeah, you got to keep the cap on.
right.
I think you're not keeping the cap on.
Toxic.
Nicole, 20.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi.
Okay, I have a problem.
All right.
I'm almost 21 and I'm a student now. And when I was 18 years old, I moved out on my own and became a dancer. And now
Ballet, tap, modern, what kind of dance?
Like
erotic.
Exotic.
Oh, really? That's something.
And I decided to go back to school because I realized that I needed an education. And now I have a hard time with relationships and with men. I don't exactly. They repulse me sometimes.
All right. What kind of dancing? Totally nude or just topless?
Well, because of the state of California law, I had to be full nude.
Right. Yes, because Pete Wilson mandated that you drop your panties.
Yeah, I had to be 18 to be full nude, or 21 and just topless. Kind of seems screwed up.
Oh, that's interesting because, all right, I'll tell you why. Because at the full nude places, they don't serve booze.
Well, yeah, exactly.
So you can't have an underage person or under drinking age person, meaning like a 18, 19, or 20-year-old, in amongst a place where they're serving beer.
Exactly.
And those are the topless places.
Exactly. In California, you can't be full nude in a place that serves alcohol.
That's a really bizarre effect of this law, but it's interesting. You understand what's going on here, Warren?
More or less. What do they serve in the place where you work?
Soda, and it's $3.
Yeah, they can't. There can be no alcohol.
Well, I would. First of all, I'm very anti-alcohol anyway, but I think if somebody has to,
you're pro stripper. I mean, you're
I'm
very
pro
staunch
stripper,
on your
but
pro
I think
stripping.
you think about sports events where people get too drunk and they start fights and whatever. At a place where there's a girl, bearing all and enticing people, if they're intoxicated, you never know what's going to happen.
So you want them to be drunk because they'll spend more money.
Right.
Oh, there you go. That's the crux of it then. We got down to the real nitty-gritty here, haven't we?
What Warren's saying is when Brazil takes on Hungary in soccer and Hungary loses, 35 die, and there's rioting that goes on throughout the night.
It's all because of beer.
It's all because of beer. So, and this is to see a bunch of sweaty guys kicking around a ball. Imagine a sweaty woman kicking around your balls, how this crowd is going to react after a few beers.
They're not going to be angry, are they? They're just going to get a bit,
Okay, but my problem...
Right.
You're repulsed.
All right, let me catch Simon up.
Okay, sorry. I just moved right in. I think I should take it from the point of view of just coming back from a really relaxing wee-wee.
She's 20.
Yeah.
She was a stripper at 18.
Yeah.
Totally nude.
Yeah.
She's gotten out of stripping.
Yeah.
She's back in college.
Yeah.
She's going to school.
Yeah.
And now she hates men.
Oh, really?
Well,
But why did you strip in the first place?
Do you think it's because of stripping?
Because I was living in a town where jobs were
No.
Right, but how did you feel when you were doing it? I mean, you must have watched Sally Jesse Raphael.
I do enjoy it.
Hang on. You do enjoy stripping?
Well, there's a talent to it.
I like being on stage.
There's a talent to it.
Now,
you like performing. You must have a nice body.
It is like an art, but now I don't have... I'm maybe bitter towards the real world. I see... I don't...
Now, I just have to say something here. Are you bitter towards the men you stripped in front of, or are you just bitter towards all men in general for being men in general, some of which watched you strip and got turned on by it?
It's the second.
Yeah, but wait a minute.
Oh, wow. Well, I've got no sympathy for you whatsoever.
Did you feel repulsed by men when you were a stripper?
No, No, because it was a different environment.
So now you're out.
But now the men that want me now, I don't know. I think
Maybe there's just not. You haven't met the nice one who wants you.
Nicole, what about your family history, relationship with your dad, and what was your family like growing
my
up?
parents are still married, which is great for them. They're in their own little world. I left at 18 because they were too rigid, too strict.
What kind of men are you attracted to?
What kind of men?
Yeah.
No, she just said she's repulsed.
Well, no,
by all
she
men.
must have some kind of.
I've been with women. I'm not a lesbian. I've been with women, and I know that I'm just not attracted to men.
So, are you enjoying being with women right now more?
I haven't been with a woman in about 6 months.
I don't think it's a lesbian issue. Here's what it is, Nicole. You are what's known as one of those externalizers. You blame your problems and your feelings on your environment instead of you. The first thing you said was the reason you had to do a dance totally naked is because of the laws in the state of California forced you to, which is a huge little bit of denial. Right there. I mean, if you think about it.
What, you mean you can't go out to a nightclub and dance in this state?
You can't. It's a whole drinking.
Keep your knickers on.
You missed the whole drinking portion of the show while you were drinking and peeing. Here's the situation, Nicole. I think you're a little bit disgusted at yourself for what you did, and you're turning it on the guys who showed up and blaming them.
Do you think it will ever pass?
Yes.
You got to change that negative kind of attitude you have.
Yeah,
really.
I can tell by
open yourself up a little bit.
I have to say, just listening to the sound of your voice, Nicole, I can tell there's a really happy.
I'm going to give
person
Warren
in
$1.
there.
Take that, please.
Warren's just.
Can you just put it down my shorts?
Warren is now stripping.
There.
Put on
there
that
you
Daft
go.
Punk record.
Yeah.
Anytime someone disrobes in front of me, I immediately. It's a Pavlovian response, but I go for my wallet.
Nicole, loosen up. If you enjoy performing, there's nothing wrong with that. And don't blame it on guys because they like to look at beautiful women.
Yes.
The women go out there and look at men strip now. It's all the same. Don't
Absolutely.
worry.
James,
Listen up.
18.
Oh, can I change the subject?
Yes, go ahead.
Please, Nicole, have you got a book for me?
Oh,
she's
Christ's
gone.
sake.
Oh,
Where did she
bloody
go?
hell. I'm not
Let me
gonna
see
get
if she's
anything
around.
anyway. It's
Oh,
terrible.
I just hung up on poor James.
Oh. Sorry,
Nicole.
James. Sorry, Nicole.
Nicole? Do you have a book you could recommend for Simon?
A book.
Yeah.
Quick.
What kind of book?
A reading book.
A reading book?
Yes, come on. One of the things, you open the pages and there's little dirty black marks all over them.
You're in college now. Do you have a book?
What kind of book?
All right,
a book.
Right.
Yeah, a picture book.
A picture book?
Or
sex.
Pardon?
The Joy of Sex.
The Joy of Sex. All right.
The Joy of Sex. I've heard of that.
I'm going to recommend the Pop-Up Kama Sutra, too.
Right.
Shannon, 26.
Hello.
Hey.
Sorry, I'm a little nervous here. I'm calling from another person from Fresno. Lovely place in California. I was just calling to let you guys know I've been fans of yours since, 81. And you guys
I didn't know that Adam was DJing in 1981.
Oh, yes. It was an all-country station just outside of Fresno, but we had a good signal.
Oh, don't worry. I don't listen to country.
Oh, okay.
No, I was just calling to let you guys know that you guys are great, and I've been in this relationship with a guy for it's gone on 6 years, and about 3 years ago, I was cheated on by him, and I've been real naive to stay with him, but I'm finally getting up the courage to tell him that he needs to be on his own, and I need to be on my own. Do you think that we should just cut it off completely?
Well, hey, how do you feel about him now? Are you still pissed off with him for cheating on you? How long ago? 3 years ago?
It was about 3 years ago. I am a little bit, but we've been best friends for quite a long time. His cousin was my best friend in high school, so our families go way back.
But do you have the love thing?
Yeah, but I don't know about the spark.
Oh, well,
Are you married?
No, I'm not.
All right. Are you?
Go for the spark, babes.
Yeah. You're 26.
Yeah.
Find a little flint and have fun.
It's fun.
That's true. Oh, and Simon, are you still wearing your tiger necklace?
No, took it off. I'll probably give it away soon.
How did you get that?
A long time lover of mine gave it to me.
Oh, okay.
She looked just like Brigitte Bardot.
Oh, okay. So, what do you think? What's your advice on? Should I stay friends with him, or?
Well,
Well, you've no reason to not be friends.
Right, but give it like 6 months because there's going to be sex, weekend sex. Oh, well, actually, that's not a bad thing. But you know what I mean? You have to have a little moratorium on communication after you break up with someone. Otherwise, it's kind of weird. You need a few months to sort of chill out, and then you get back together.
Did you own up to it when it happened? Or did you find out and then confront him with it?
It was my intuition, and she was reportedly saying that she was gay, but she decided to sleep with him anyways. And then he was trying to get out of our relationship without letting me know, and then she wanted a relationship with him after that happened between them.
Well, how did you confront him?
I just said plain out. I asked him if that's what had happened, and he just told me.
All right, well, at least he was forthright enough to be honest after he cheated.
Absolutely.
True.
The worst thing in the world, and this has never happened to me, but it's happened to a friend of mine, that you can do to another human being is to cheat for a long period of time, have them suspicious that you're cheating for a long period of time, constantly question you, and you deny it.
Don't look at me when you say these things.
And they're gay, Warren.
Oh, okay.
No, but you drive the person insane because they start questioning themselves and they start thinking they're the ones who are going nuts.
And they wind up on Sally Jesse Raphael.
Absolutely. All right. Simon is not going to go to the bathroom because we're going to a commercial. But as soon as we get back, I guarantee you can expect a big number 2. And don't doodle on that list.
I'm not. I'm just filling it
No,
out.
because you'll doodle the entire list up.
No, I'm just trying to turn an asterisk into the Union Jack, but I've realised it's completely impossible to do that.
Simon and Warren here from Duran Duran.
Yeah.
Yes, and we're going to hear another
Duran track.
Duran track,
Cool.
which is on the single.
The forthcoming album. Oh, sorry, you guys.
Right.
Shall I speak or you?
No, I was going to say it's on the Saint, your Saint single.
Yes. Yeah.
When it is commercially available, it's one of the songs on that.
But it's also going to be on Medazzaland.
Big M.
Yeah.
The Big M.
The Big M.
Which.
Oh, I didn't tell you the story about Medazzaland. Do you want to hear it?
Yes.
Okay,
it's
so
not as long as the boat story.
No, it's not nearly as long as the boat
because we only got about.
I have got some much longer stories.
We only
than
got
that.
about 20 minutes left.
Okay, so I came back from the dentist where I had some oral surgery under this. There's a drug called Medazzaline, which is an intravenous sedative they use so that you can be under but respond to instruction, which you can't do under general anaesthetic. And for oral surgery, it's important.
So we showed up 3 hours late to the studio.
And you know, and Warren said, "What's happened, man?" I said, "Well, I've had this drug called Medazzaline. It's made me forget and lose 3 hours of my life." And I sort of explained the whole thing to him. He said, "Man, that's incredible. That wasn't Medazzaline. You were in Medazzaland."
We just liked the word. We just thought album title.
It echoed around the kitchen,
and that's how you came with the name of it.
Yeah, it's stuck.
You know, it's really interesting thinking about losing 3 hours of your life that way.
It's very frightening, actually.
How time is so subjective, I guess you'd say. Meaning, when you sleep 8 hours is nothing, and when you hold your breath 8 hours is a lifetime. And but you never really
in the
fully
sauna as well
experience it until they put you under. Like if you have surgery or something,
you wake up and they say, "When are you going to start?" And they go, "Well, you're finished."
Yes.
Right. And
yes.
8 hours went by, but it didn't go by.
Yeah, not for you.
And it's sometimes I wish I could do that. Some nights you're on Loveline. Not tonight. Tonight I wish I could slow down time.
Yeah, me too, because we've only got 20 minutes left and there's so much to say.
There are drugs that do that.
So much to hear.
And so if we could add
yes, but they make you talk slowly.
If we could add another hour to the show, I know Warren would have his pants down.
He'll get his pants down in the next 5 minutes if I say the right word.
I'm wearing my posing trunks. So
oh, you're posing trunks? Oh, get your dick out, man. Come on.
No. Show it to the girls, though. Show it to the girls, please. All right, Warren is on the chair. His pants are around his ankles. And producer Ann has ruined her panties. I got to tell you, I never thought I would enjoy the male shape as much as I'm enjoying it now. But
he's a good-looking boy, isn't he? He really is.
He really is.
Got to work.
Yeah, he's a good-looking.
If only he wasn't so bashful. It's really holding him back.
Hey, right. When you're 40, you do anything.
You can't. How old are you?
40.
You gotta. You are crapping me.
He's not.
Dead serious, man. 56, December 8th.
That is just scary. Everyone who's 40, you cannot see what Warren looks like. Take my word for it.
He looks beautiful.
Kill yourselves. Everyone just kill yourself right now.
I've got 2 years to get in that shape.
Oh, you'll never do it.
Can do it.
You'll never do it.
Let's all.
You're lily white.
Yeah.
You don't have those bulging pecs. You just don't. That's all right. That doesn't matter.
Give Philip a call.
Your son.
No, I can't do that.
Listen, you got a beautiful, leggy mulatto just waiting to pump out another kid back in the UK.
Complacency.
All right, are we queued up?
I'm not
with,
complacent. You know me, mate.
All right, this is something else.
Do you notice now we realise there's a time limit? Everybody's talking over the top of each other because we're just figuring that the people's minds are able to
he's
three
not.
different conversations at the same time. He hasn't said a bloody word all night.
Bruce has been sick.
Bruce, your turn.
What a call.
Okay, that's enough from Bruce.
Silver Halo is the name of the song, and you've never heard it before. This is a world premiere.
Sorry.
Yeah, that is great.
Oh, I love it. I love that
Just
track.
a little breather.
Close my eyes, tilted back in the chair.
And imagine that you were Warren for just 1 minute.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And that was played off a cassette, by the way.
Yeah, can we have a caller now before you start,
Yeah.
Let's
All right. Let me get my composure. James.
Yes.
Hey, what do you want? How old are you?
Got some books for him.
How old are you, James?
Brilliant. Oh, fantastic. Oh, by the way, before we carry on, I'd just like to say to Mike from Sacramento, I've already read Atlas Shrugged, but it is a fantastic book for anybody who's listening. Atlas Shrugged by Ayn Rand is wonderful.
The Fountainhead
It combines science, politics, romance, and philosophy in a way which everyone can both enjoy and use.
Beautiful.
Even Adam could appreciate it.
As long as there's big glossy pictures of busty, topless women somewhere in there,
Okay, James,
I
go
will
ahead.
enjoy it.
All right. How many books you want?
Give me 3.
3 books. Okay. You ever read any Clive Barker?
Yeah.
You do?
I read all of them.
we're big
okay, not Clive Barker.
Not
Next.
Clive Barker?
No, I've read all of them.
All of them?
Yeah.
Hey, you read the latest one about the gay superhero or?
No, Sacrament. That was great.
Oh, it is.
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, it's fantastic.
We've had Clive on the show like 6
Have you?
months ago.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Great guy.
Excellent.
Okay, so come on, James. What's after Clive?
Well, anyways, I was just going to say Magica, but...
Imagica. Okay, just for everybody out there, Clive Barker is a wonderful writer. He writes this kind of psychosexual sort of wonderful fantasy stories.
Yeah.
And he's a really, really talented writer. Clive Barker. The list of his books is as long as Warren.
Stephen King's.
and you really all should read it. So thank you.
Not as girthy as Warren, though. I want to defend.
I mean, he hasn't
Warren.
got such a fat belly.
Any non-Clive Barker books you'd like to recommend, James?
Brave New World by Aldous Huxley.
Yes, thank you. I'll write that down. Okay.
And Sphere by Michael Crichton.
Sphere.
Read it.
Read it?
Sphere.
Ah.
I haven't read it.
It was good.
I read
It was
Aldous'
good.
books. Aldous Huxley was into Alexander Technique. Do you know about that?
No, I don't.
And Alexander Technique is not like a physical exercise or regime. It's the philosophy of being a spiritual flesh being that is one and inseparable. The idea that you can separate spirit from flesh is absolute crap.
Oh, you
and
don't
what you
believe
have
in
to
that.
do is the whole thing about Alexander Technique is living in your body at the very moment that you're living in it.
Well, that
so you don't have your head stuck in up the virtual arsehole of the past, or the virtual arsehole of the future, or the virtual arsehole of the mobile telephone either.
Well,
So
what
I
happens
can't-
when you die?
Well, I just can't foresee
You die.
Alexander
okay.
Technique spas opening up all over the world. You know what I mean? Doesn't sound like something that's going to exactly kind of ignite.
Everybody.
No, but I tell you what, the people who do it, you experience a different way of thinking and feeling and living, and it is absolutely incredible.
Yeah, but he's a chunky guy, right?
Who is?
Alexander.
Chunky and bald?
Alexander, he's dead.
I know, but when he was alive.
He was 6'4" tall. He was skinny, 6'4" tall.
All right.
Sorry, James. Sphere by
Michael Crichton.
Michaal Crichton.
All right.
Is it really that good?
Jim, 19.
Yeah, I've been going out with my girlfriend for about a year and a half, and I've been smoking weed the whole time, and she doesn't know it, and I don't know what to tell her.
Yeah. You don't think she knows?
No, she doesn't know.
Do you think she would care?
Yeah, she told me when we first got together that I better quit. She knew then, but
why don't you
I told her I quit, but
Have you tried to quit?
Yeah, I've tried, but it's just I can't do it.
Do you spend a lot of time with her?
Huh?
Do you spend a lot of time with her?
Every day.
How do you get around your habit?
I just lie to her.
But you must have to, like, go out into another room and have a few hits
Yeah,
or something.
Just I don't do it when I'm with her or around her. I just do it when I go to my friend's house.
Does it make you feel bad having to lie to her?
Huh? I feel bad. Yeah, I feel bad when I do.
Me too.
Well, what's her name, Jim?
Her name?
Yeah.
Rosie.
All right. Because she called earlier and said she did heroin, but she didn't know how to tell you.
Oh, okay.
So,
hey, doing drugs ain't good, man. I mean, just how old are you again?
I'm 19.
Yeah, well, you'll grow out of it.
How long
hopefully.
have you been smoking?
Since I was about 16.
Yeah. And are you amenable to getting some help? Would you go see somebody or?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah.
Okay, what else do you do for entertainment?
Excuse me?
What else do you do to entertain yourself?
I have a job. That's
right.
about it.
Oh, that's great if you consider that entertainment. Lucky you.
No, entertainment. What do you do?
That's what he said.
Because most people take drugs out of boredom.
I play bass guitar, and that's besides smoking weed and playing bass and going to work. That's about
Do you have any aspirations to do anything with playing a bass guitar?
No, I don't. No.
Well, that's the marijuana talking now, boy.
Yeah, have some coke, mate.
Yeah.
So you've accepted that
that'll get you in a band.
You've accepted you have an addiction to marijuana.
Yes.
Okay, and once you've gotten past that point, what you need to do is get help with a counselor or a program. And many individuals that smoke pot on a daily basis that are functional are self-medicating another underlying depression or some other psychiatric disorder,
Yeah,
especially with marijuana.
It's one of these, pot's one of these drugs that nobody is addicted to, but no one can quit.
Yeah.
So it's like, you do the math.
But at 19, he's willing to say, I'm addicted. A lot of people I deal with, by 19, they're not quite ready to do it.
Get addicted to good things.
Yeah, like working out and shaving yourself. Kaylin, 18.
Hi.
Hey,
Hello.
real fast. We're running out of time here.
Okay, well, first of all, I just want to say a quick hi to room 339.
Hiya.
UIUC in Illinois. Okay.
Hi.
My question is concerning my boyfriend, Matt. He has been pressuring me lately into using a female condom, and I am kind of scared, too, because I don't know exactly how it works or if you get the same sensation or anything, because he's been using condoms, and he got, like, this awful rash, and we thought it was herpes at first, but it turned out I think he's, like, allergic to some kind of condom.
Latex. He's probably allergic to the latex. The female condoms are polyurethane, so that probably is a good idea to try that.
But no, they make polyurethane condoms now.
Well, he could also try that. But it sounds like he wants to try something different.
He wants me to use it.
Well, you know what? You said something earlier which is quite crucial, actually, and you said you were worried that it wouldn't be so sensitive, right? And that you wouldn't get so much pleasure. Well, think about him having to use a bloody condom every time. So maybe it's maybe he wants to be a bit more sensitive.
Well, yeah, that's part of it too. So,
So
maybe
alternate.
just take turns. Yeah,
alternate. That's what it's all about.
how does it work?
It's really you have a trash can at home.
Bruce, send her the instructional video.
It's like a hefty bag inside a trash can.
Must be a website for that.
So, do I still get the same sensation, or?
Why didn't you try it out and see?
I mean, I have to stick it up.
Well, he sticks it up there, doesn't he?
So how long have you guys been together?
2 years.
So you're just doing it really for contraception, really?
Yeah.
You've both been tested. You're not diseased in any way.
Why don't you get on another form of birth control?
Okay, well, yeah, that's another thing my parents don't know.
All right, but you don't need your parents' consent to go out to, like, Planned Parenthood and get on the pill or something like that.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, go do that. Because I've heard about these female... and here's the whole thing about the female condom. You try to picture how it works, and you go, geez, how's that going to work? And it doesn't really... It doesn't really work.
Doesn't it work, Bruce?
Yeah, they work fine.
No one likes them.
Come on, can we hear the doctor's point of view on this, please?
Go ahead.
Quickly, we're running out of time.
Yeah, it works
It
quite
works.
adequately.
It
and
works.
I'm not sure what your bias
Yes,
against
but you let one of those queefs go and it comes out like an airbag in a car.
How about
all right, let's all just think about that one for a second. We got to go to break. We'll be right back. Don't say it, whatever it is. There's nothing better than a C word, please. No. All right, we just had a big argument over the CU and
You just can't say it.
word. Yeah, but it sounds like cunt.
Exactly.
A good joke, by the way, with the English. My stripper girlfriend, my ex-stripper girlfriend who now lives in Hounslow.
Yeah, I know Hounslow. I know Hounslow. Go on, tell a story.
Great sense of humor. English girl, a great body, named Lindsay. Great. Her stage name was Catlin, by the way. But when I first met her, I was so intrigued with her accent. When you get intrigued with people's accent, you end up repeating it to them. Like they go, give me some water. And you go, you want water? So she said, I can't do that. And I said, you can't? And she goes, don't call me that. So that's a good sense of humor for a woman.
I've got another English joke. It's a bit like that. What do you do if a bird car? Don't take her out again.
That's only good in the UK. Because to hear a bird is a bird. We're not stupid.
All right.
All right. And our teeth are good. All right. I don't want to hassle the band anymore.
I've seen some Seps with manky teeth.
All right. We'll take the C discussion off the air because we really have to straighten you out on this. Simon Warren, thank you very much for showing up. We do appreciate it. The Saint is the name of the soundtrack that they're on. The movie's coming out.
Yeah.
On the 4th, which would be this Friday. And
Medazzaland.
Thank you. I wrote it down wrong. It's going to be
Medazzaland.
Going to be out in August, and we'll see you guys soon. And until next time, it's Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo.
This has been Loveline. The opinions expressed herein are certainly opinions. That's for sure.
If you'd like a written transcript of today's program, you probably should have written it down yourself. And if you did, we'd like a copy.